libs have erected a giant black lady in Times Square. There's this statue. I think it's a 12-foot tall statue. But when I say it's a statue of a giant black lady, it's not even any black lady in particular. It's just a black lady. It's not Monique. It's not Oprah. It's just a random generic black lady. The black lady statue stands in contrast to two other statues. According to the Times Square Arts Group, installed at ground level on a wide, low base, the work invites engagement with the hundreds of thousands of people who traverse the plazas each day. The woman in Grounded in the Stars cuts a stark contrast to the pedestaled permanent monuments, both white, both men, which bookend Duffy Square while embodying a quiet gravity and grandeur. Grandeur to the random black lady statue, kind of standing with bad posture? I don't know about that. But who are those two current statues of? Who is it just two random white men in the way that this is a random black lady? No, they're two specific white men. One is Father Francis Duffy in Duffy Square. He was a World War II military chaplain. He's the most highly decorated cleric in U.S. history. Really heroic guy who would charge into gunfire to help soldiers. And the other one is George M. Cohan, the guy who more or less invented Broadway. He's the guy who wrote It's a Grand Old Flag. It's a grand old flag. It's a high-flying flag. And all these other great songs, really, really important to popular entertainment, musical theater, all the rest of it. In Times Square on Broadway, it makes sense for him to be there. Why is this random black lady statue there? They tell us. It's to be a contrast to Father Duffy and George M. Cohan. It's to be a contrast to American symbols of heroism, American symbols of virtue, American symbols of entertainment and popular culture. It's supposed to be an antithesis to America. That's not me saying that. That's them saying that. They are saying the point of erecting the random black lady statue is to be an antithesis to whatever America is. That's the intention. So we got to tear this stuff down. We have to stop it, not because it's a black lady. There are plenty of nice black ladies. Because the statue is, in fact, a rebuke of America as such. And we don't need that. We don't need that in our public square. In a world that constantly challenges our beliefs, now is the time to stand tall and boldly proclaim the truth. This is your moment, your opportunity to come together with top leaders from education, faith, media, and culture who are committed to making a difference. Our high-profile featured speakers include Matt Walsh, Harrison Butker, Kirk Cameron, Father Mike Schmitz, and yours truly. And we will endeavor to share powerful stories and insights on how to rise above fear and take a stand for the truth, no matter the cost. You will be empowered to fearlessly stand up for your values and beliefs, knowing that you are called for such a time as this. It's going to be a great night filled with VIP parties, photo ops, meet and greets, and a call to action that will leave you inspired. This is more than an event. It's a call to action. Together, we will ignite the courage needed to transform our culture and bring light into the darkness. All proceeds benefit furthering the mission of Courage Under Fire and Regina Celli Academy to change our culture through education, arts, law, and the pro-life cause. Regina Celli Academy is the largest and only nationally accredited classical homeschool hybrid with 23 locations and counting across the country. To learn more about Regina Celli Academy and the gala, head over to courageunderfiregala.org. That is courageunderfiregala.org. Use code IGNITE10 to receive 10% off your ticket today. That's IGNITE10, the number 10, not the word 10. Hurry! Tickets are selling fast. The debate over the statues is kind of like the debate over free speech, where the libs want to destroy a lot of things, and the conservatives then are backed into a corner where they say we can't have any standards at all. So the libs tear down statues of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and Christopher Columbus. And we conservatives say, you shouldn't tear down any statues. No, we should, even though Washington owned slaves, even though Jefferson owned slaves, certainly those Confederate guys, even though they did terrible things, we shouldn't tear down history. We can never take down a statue on the free speech debate. We need total free speech of all. That's not really the argument. The argument is no, we're going to keep up the Washington statue in part because we're not the Taliban. We don't just blow things up for the sake of it. But two, because Washington's the father of our country. We're going to keep up statues of Thomas Jefferson because he played a really important role in the founding of our country. I don't even like everything he said and did, but that's why we're going to do it. We're going to keep up statues of the Confederates because that was a civil war, ultimately that became over the freeing of the slaves. It's an important moment in our history, and because Abraham Lincoln said we will have malice toward none and charity for all, and we're going to come back together as a country. That's why we're going to do it. It's not because of some abstract idea that we can never limit any speech or never take down any statues, but it's because it is good to have statues of Confederate soldiers when we look with malice toward none and charity for all. It's because it is good to have Washington up. It's because Christopher Columbus is a good man who founded our country and was one of the great men of our civilization. That's why. Because Father Duffy was a good and heroic guy. Because George M. Cohan was a really, really important guy and a great figure of American entertainment. And random black lady intended to rebuke all the great men of history, that's not great. So we are going to tear that one down. I'm not saying we got to go full Taliban with the Buddha statues, but we got to get rid of that statue. And we got to stop putting up statues like that. If you want to put up a black lady statue somewhere, make it a black lady statue that is a monument to our country, that is good for us, that conduces to the common good. Don't make a statue, the explicit point of which is to tear us all down. We're not going to tolerate that anymore, okay? Your Jedi mind tricks don't work on us anymore. The new right has given up this obsession, this fetish of procedural norms, and we're starting to consider seriously substantive goods. That was good. Maybe not whatever I was talking about. I don't know what I was just talking about right now, but I'm saying the clip was good. And if you want more of them, you have to subscribe to right now by ringing the bell. See you next time.